Hi there, welcome to Wyckoff Technical Analysis session for Uniswap. And Uniswap after Friday's market event, it shows sign that it might have entered or re-entered the accumulation cycle according to the Wyckoff method. So let's look at both the weekly and daily charts and see what the price actions are telling us, and they look a bit different. And if you're new to my sessions, these are the takeaways you can expect from my sessions. Basically, I'll talk about the current and the potential next Wyckoff stages, the key price levels where the price would rebound or get rejected, and also the breakout timing if the charts are showing us any kind of breakout time point that may happen. So this is the weekly chart. We usually start with the bigger picture. The blue tags are the distribution cycle. The orange tags are the Wyckoff accumulation cycle. Previously, I shared that there's a 95% chance for Uniswap to come back to a selling climax, while the weekly candlestick did went all the way through even the long-term playground zone. So this level was only being tested back in 2020. Not even the 2022 dip, the selling climax, reached that low. So that's a very important sign that whenever people say, why am I tracking this long-term playground zone? They said the price, given all the adoption and ETFs and institution buy-ins, the crypto prices just won't get back to where they were. But Friday proved that the prices can, and even lower than what we had for the past 5 years. So be very careful what's going to come next. While it seemed to have found support back above the orange key level of $6.2, Asia is about to wake up, and when they start to trade, there's still 7 hours 44 minutes for this week's candle, so we don't know where this would end up. It may end up back to the red key level of $5 if there's no positive news coming out from the new China-US trade fight. And that's why I'm keeping the 95% and selling climax here as the next stage, and the upthrust will definitely be staying at 5%. So if we take a look at what happened back in April, just this year, the price stayed at around that level for 5 weeks, since late March all the way to late April. That's where the selling climax back then was, at around $5, the red key level. And that was also tested back in August 2024, before the bigger accumulation that happened within 2022 and 23. So the big picture perspective, expect more shakeout to come. The Bollinger Band corner squeeze, I would consider a squeeze happen around here, where the purple got real close at the bottom, and this is real deep inside the orange lines. So that's why the swings we're having is still continuing. It's basically the squeeze over here, and then the big swing, and we're having a smaller amplitude swing just to get us prepared to get into bigger price movements. So it may take a week or two, depending on how the price or Uniswap is being traded. A new squeeze would happen, and by then we would expect bigger swing to come. But for now, let's just focus on the aftermath of what happened on Friday. So be really careful for the next few hours. And when we look at the daily chart, it's a lot clearer that this did not happen, and this exactly fell to where I put in the mark saying 95% chance coming back down to this level. So in terms of the daily chart, I would say this is potentially the preliminary support period, this whole bunch of events over here. Whether the selling climax is at this level, because this whole patch may still be part of the preliminary support, whether the selling climax is actually landing above the red key level, somewhere between the red and orange, or is it going to come down to somewhere near the white, like what we had back in October 2023 and June 2023. Of course, earlier we have some others, but that's too early in history. So here is the key. Be careful that the price would still come down in the next few days before it has the actual automatic rally. So that's a stage that comes after the selling climax. So after the selling climax, the price will rebound a bit, and then we may receive a second test, or we could just call that test. And there can be multiple tests, and of course there would be sign of strength after some tests. So I'm just putting in a few tags early, much like what I did for the selling climax, in case in the next few days things goes pretty wild and events happen very quickly. So Uniswap came down as expected, just to trigger that it's not something that me or like you or many other people that are just regular civilians with no insider information would know. So thanks for joining me today. Trade safe, and remember this, our best friend.